Well, most people realize that's a frustrating endeavor and it's a no-win endeavor, so they give up on financial assets and they start turning to physical assets to preserve capital. Well, here's the physical asset, a Ferrari. Not a good way to keep your money forever, though, because after 5 years, you've spent as much on the insurance and the upkeep and the depreciation as it's worth. Yachts aren't much better. If you spend 10% of your money operating it, you also get hit with depreciation. Don't store your money in yachts. A home in Miami Beach, if you buy a $10 million house, you better come up with $10 million to maintain the house over 17 years. Now you've got no money left. Silver, 22 years. A warehouse, 40 years, maybe 50 years. Bar of gold, 62 years. A painting, 72 years. Land. The average property tax in the United States is 1.1%. That means your money is going to last 91 years unless the government reassesses the value of your property. Then it's going to last less than 91 years. The oldest family ranch in the United States is King Ranch. They made it 173 years. Every other family in the country failed. And here's the longest held property, the Crown Estate in the United Kingdom. You could say the royal family held it since 1066, but on the other hand, it passed from the Plantagenets to the Stuarts through the Lancasters and the Yorks and eventually found its way to the Hanover family. And so maybe 7 different families split that. None of them got to take it with them. So physical assets you might think might last 1,000 years. Probably about 50 to 75 years is the best you're going to do. Entropy is diluting the value of your physical assets. It's sucking the capital, the energy out of them. There's a reason it's called earth and not heaven. Because politicians are very creative. They got a city tax, a county tax, a state tax, a federal tax, a transfer tax, a usage tax on the property. And if that doesn't get you, there's rent control, price control, or a culture shock. Then you got competition. You might get discriminated against. There's recession. The currency can collapse. Your tenants won't pay you. Someone will slip and fall on the front sidewalk and sue you. There's weather, war, crime, and catastrophe. And if energy prices go through the roof, it's going to be hard for you to make a go of it. Physical capital is not a simple solution. Something I learned at MIT, the 3 laws of thermodynamics. You can't win. You can't break even. But you can't get out of the game. So you could stop right here and be a little bit depressed. But then again, we don't want to lose. So you start thinking, what if we could find a way out of the game? Then we could break even. Then you could win.